You're 19 years old. The letter arrives in January 1943. Your mother tries to smile through the tears. Your father shakes your hand a little too hard and tells you to make him proud. You report to the induction center in Chicago. They give you a uniform that fits like it was made for someone else and an M1 Garand that feels heavier than it should. The drill sergeant screams that you're going to liberate Europe. He doesn't say how many of you won't come back. You ship out on a troop transport in early 1944. The Atlantic is rough. Men vomit for days. You spend most of the crossing playing cards, writing letters you'll never mail, and wondering if the Germans are really as tough as they say. They tell you you're assigned to the 1st Infantry Division, the big red one, veterans of North Africa and Sicily. They look at you replacements like you're already dead. May 1944. You arrive in England. For weeks you train on beaches that look nothing like France. They show you maps of a place called Omaha Beach. They say it's going to be the toughest sector. You practice climbing ropes, firing your rifle, and clearing obstacles. The instructors talk like it's going to be easy. The veterans from Sicily don't say much. They just smoke and stare at the ground. June 5th, 1944. The storm is so bad, they almost cancel everything. But at midnight, they load you onto the Higgins boats. The channel is chaos. Waves slam against the metal sides. Men are praying, puking, checking their rifles again and again. Your boat is carrying 36 men from Company E, 16th Infantry Regiment. You're supposed to land at 6:30 a.m. on Easy Red Sector. At 5:50 a.m., the naval guns open up. The sound is beyond anything you've ever heard. Thousands of shells scream over your head toward the bluffs. You think nothing can survive that. You tell yourself the Germans will already be dead when you hit the beach. You're wrong. At 6:30 a.m., your ramp drops. The boat is still 400 meters from shore. The first thing you see is hell. Machine gun fire rips across the water like a buzzsaw. Men are hit before they even jump. The water turns red around you. You jump in with 60 pounds of gear and immediately go under. The cold shocks your whole body. You fight your way to the surface, coughing salt water, and start wading forward. The beach is 300 meters of open killing ground. There is no cover. Bodies float in the surf. Others lie crumpled on the sand. The Germans are firing from concrete bunkers high on the bluffs. MG-42s, 88s, mortars. The sound of the MG-42 is unmistakable. It doesn't fire in bursts. It tears the air apart. Your sergeant is screaming, "Move! Move! Get off the beach!" But there's nowhere to go. Men bunch up behind the steel check hedgehogs you were told would be cleared. They do exactly what the Germans planned. They make you easy targets. You see a lieutenant cut in half by a single burst. Another man tries to run forward and simply disappears in a mortar explosion. You make it to a shallow crater 40 meters from the waterline. You're not a hero. You're just trying not to die. Your rifle is full of sand and seawater. You clear it with shaking hands and start firing at the flashes on the bluff. You don't know if you're hitting anything. You just need to feel like you're fighting back. By 8 o'clock a.m., the beach is a slaughterhouse. Hundreds of bodies lie in rows. The wounded scream for medics who will never reach them. Destroyers have moved in dangerously close, blasting the German positions at point-blank range. The explosions shake the ground so hard you feel it in your teeth. Someone yells, "Bangalore torpedoes!" You watch engineers crawl forward under fire and blow gaps in the wire. A few men start moving up the bluff through the smoke. You join them because staying on the beach means certain death. The climb is brutal. Your boots slip in the mud and blood. Halfway up, a German grenade bounces down and explodes near your squad. 3 men go down screaming. You keep climbing. By 10:30 a.m., you reach the top of the bluff. The fighting is house to house now in the small villages behind the beach. You clear a trench with your bayonet. The German inside is barely older than you. His eyes are wide with the same terror you feel. The day drags on in smoke, noise, and exhaustion. By evening, what's left of your company has taken a few hundred meters of ground. You've lost over 60% of your men. Your best friend from basic training is lying somewhere back on the sand. You don't know if he's alive. That night, you huddle in a captured German trench. Someone passes you a cigarette. Your hands are still shaking. You look back toward the beach and see thousands of lights. More landing craft, more tanks, more men pouring ashore. The invasion didn't break. It kept coming. You were just one small part of the largest amphibious assault in human history. You helped crack the Atlantic Wall on the bloodiest beach of D-Day. Years later, people will call you a hero. They'll ask you to speak at schools and parades. You'll smile, shake hands, and say the right things. But at night, you'll still hear the MG-42. You'll still see the bodies floating in the surf. You'll still taste the salt water and blood. You survived Omaha Beach on June 6, 1944. Most of the men who landed with you didn't.